Hi, everybody. We're in the grammar book on pages 38 and 39. We're going to be working this week on two different types of words, adjectives and adverbs. And we've done them before, so we're doing them together this time. Adjectives tell about nouns, a person, a place, an animal, or a thing. Adjectives are sensory words, so they tell you what it looks like, it smells like, it feels like, it sounds like. It can describe the color, the number, or the size of an object. So they've put in bold or highlighted the adjective in these sentences. Ben has a big bag. Now, the adjective almost always comes in front of the noun that it's talking about. Sometimes it comes later if you have is or was in there. You could say the bag was big, and then it would come later. But usually the adjective comes right in front of the noun that it is describing. Kim has a blue lunchbox. Which lunchbox is hers? What does hers look like? It's the blue one. I have 3 apples. 3. How many apples? So it's going to be talking about that noun. Now in these first 3, we're going to circle the noun and underline the adjective. Circling the noun, the person, the animal, the place, the thing. And then we're going to underline the adjective that talks about it and usually is going to be right in front of the noun. So our first sentence is, I dislike the hot weather. I dislike the hot weather. So we're going to look for that noun, and then we're going to look for a word that tells about it. So we have a pronoun. The only noun then is weather. Weather, I guess, is a thing, the weather. And then what's describing the weather? What kind of weather is it? It is hot. And again, right in front of the noun. I bought 2 shirts. Again, there's only one noun in this sentence. We've got a pronoun at the beginning. So what is the object, the person, the place, the animal? What is the thing you can touch in this sentence? Shirts. And then what word comes right in front of and describes the shirts? It tells how many. You have 2 shirts. Good. I saw a large bird, person, animal, place, or thing. Bird is our noun. And then what is the word that's describing the bird? What kind of a bird was it? What did it look like? Well, it was large. Down at the bottom, the last 3 sentences, we are going to underline the adjective, and then we're going to say if the adjective is describing the color, the number, or the size. So we're underlining our adjective still, and then we have to say, does it talk about color, number, or size? There are 6 grapes in the bowl. There are 2 nouns in this sentence. Only one of them has an adjective. There are 6 grapes in the bowl. So grapes and bowl, those are both nouns. Is there a word that tells us about the grapes or the bowl? Is there a word that tells us the color or the number or the size? 6. There are 6 grapes. Which one is that? Is 6 a color, a number, or a size? Well, it can sometimes be a size too if you're talking about clothes. It is a number. There are 6 grapes in the bowl. To the next one. The red bowl is on the counter. Again, we have 2 nouns here. We have bowl, And then we can see that the bowl is on the counter. So we have 2. Is there a word that describes the bowl? Does it tell about the color, the number, or the size? It's a red bowl, and that is a color. I see a large plate in the cabinet. Again, 2 nouns, plate and cabinet. Do you see an adjective that's describing one of those nouns? Large plate. And does that tell us about the color, the number, or the size of the plate? It's telling us the size. You can pause it there if you need to. I'm turning to the second page. We're going to switch now to adverbs. Now, adverbs also describe and give more information, but now we're talking about the verb, the action word. And usually adverbs tell you how, when, or where an action happens. We spoke clearly. How did we speak? We spoke clearly. I left my book somewhere. Where? Somewhere. We recited the poem before. When? Before. James quickly found it. How did he find it? He found it quickly. Now, a lot of times you're going to find ly at the end of an adverb, but not always, as you can see here. So that ly is a good clue, but it's only one of the clues. So we're going to read each sentence. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to circle the verb, the action word, and then we're going to underline the adverb that is telling us about how, when, or where. I happily agreed to be in the play. I see an ly. I happily agreed. What did I do here? What's my action? I agreed. That's my verb. That's my action. How did I do it? I happily agreed to be in the play. All the actors practiced daily. What did the actors do? What's our verb? All the actors practiced. And when did they practice? Daily. We presented the play outdoors. What did we do? We presented. That's our verb. That's what we did. And then there's a word that tells how, when, or where we presented. Does it tell how? Does it tell when? Does it tell where? Outdoors. That's where we presented the play. My friends performed beautifully. What did my friends do? What's the action here? Performed. That's my verb. How did they perform, or when, or where? Beautifully. They performed beautifully. That says how. Finally, we threw a party afterwards. What did we do? Threw a party. Now, a party isn't part of the verb. It's part of the verb phrase, but what the action is through. And is there a word that tells how or when or where we threw that party? It tells us when. Afterward, we threw a party. Good. I'm going to look at just these last 3 sentences here. So we're going to underline the adverb like we did before, and then we are circling. Does that adverb say how, when, or where? Weeds grow everywhere. So my action here is grow. What word tells me about how they grow? How, when, or where? Yeah. everywhere. Sophia carefully pulls them. So the action is pull. That's what Sophia does. She pulls them. How, when, or where? Carefully. You have to be careful you don't pull up the plants you want to grow. That is how. Soon vegetable plants sprout. What are they doing? My action is sprout. So is there a word that says how or when or where? How do they sprout? When do they sprout? Yeah, when? Soon. Soon vegetable plants sprout. Again, pause if you need to. See you next time.